You're listening to the Water Cooler Edit with Chris and Rich.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Water Cooler Edit with MyBayut. On this episode, the Palm Jebel Ali is back. There's Michelin star restaurants. Do they have 2 or 3 stars? Maybe 1. We'll find out. There are also new parking signs to help you find parking and pay for it faster. All this and more on this episode of the Water Cooler Edit. It's myself, Chris, and Rich.
Hey man, how you doing?
I bet you're excited about the parking situation.
I tell you, I can barely contain my excitement about the being a non-driver. It's the biggest news of the year for me, Chris.
Well, you can now pay for the parking.
Fantastic. Yeah, that can be my contribution.
You get chauffeured around, you can pay for the parking.
Yeah, I get chauffeured around, but that's when it comes to parking, that's my duty.
But of course, we'll get to that later on. But the first really big piece of news is, and I was quite surprised actually, because I was actually on the Palm when they kind of relaunched this. And I was wondering what was going on the left-hand side of the road. Because they had this massive drone show, right? And it said Palm Jebel Ali. Granted, it was backwards because I was driving inland.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like, it's just like a jumbled bunch of letters.
Exactly.
But then the Palm came out with the fronds, and I was like, is that Palm Jebel Ali that's coming back? And it is. Palm Jebel Ali is officially back.
It is, yeah, officially back. You know, the project initially started way back 2002. It's 21 years, right? And construction ceased in 2008, right? The global financial crisis had an effect there as it did everywhere. Hence why it's global. I mean, it's there, isn't it? It's there. You can see it. If you see not even satellite shots, drone shots, you can see the Palm Jebel Ali. You know, it's over 2 times the size of Palm Jumeirah. It's 2 times as big. That's pretty...
Yeah, I knew it was sizable. I didn't realize it was 2 times the size of the Jumeirah one.
Right, so it's 2 times, and it's going to add 110 kilometres of coastline to Dubai, which is like considerable, to say the least. 80 hotels, resorts, and malls combined, not like 80 malls.
I was going to say that's a lot of malls to have in one place. 80 malls. Got one on front A, one on front D, one on Z, one on the front of it, the trunks and everything like that.
If there was 80, there'd be one in your back garden.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? I need to go pop in and get a video game. Right, where are we going? The mall. Where is it? It's there.
The Chris Mall.
There you go.
Just be video game shops.
Amazing. No, and cars. Can't forget cars.
Oh, yeah, cars. Yeah,
and pink G-Shocks only. I'll have a singular watch shop.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, look, huge project. We don't have a date as in when it's expected to be finished, but one thing it's tied in with the Dubai government's initiative to double the size of Dubai's economy by 2033. So we can kind of take from that there's sometime within the next 10 years, they want this project to be complete and up and running. It's combined 7 islands. They reckon 35,000 families will live on this. It's huge. It's a biggie, Chris. It's a biggie.
And it is quite far out there as well, because I think it's up past Jebel Ali Industrial Area, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's right near... have you ever been to Jebel Ali Resort?
Yes.
Yeah, it's literally right there.
Okay, so that's a little bit further out of the city, but obviously there's Jebel Ali Free Zone is there, not Industrial City, sorry. Jebel Ali Free Zone is there.
Yeah, Jaffa, yeah.
And there are a number of opportunities there. Obviously, Expo is right around the corner as well. It's
it's not
I think
too
it's
far
just a
from
road
there.
down. The 66 road, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's a different road.
You would know better than me.
I don't know the answer to that
road
one.
names.
But no, the Expo road is literally right there. So obviously, it would be great for those who want to go see the Expo pavilions that are permanently open.
Yeah.
Those who are working nearby in, say, in the free zone. Yeah, I think DAFSA is up there as well. The airport is obviously very close by as well. And you're about an hour away from Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. It's unbelievably well located. And it's always been... I've got a trivia question for you. Do you want a trivia question?
Let's do it.
Right, okay. So there were 3 palms. There were 3 palms, right? There was obviously Palm Jebel Ali, which is back and bigger and better than ever. Palm Jumeirah.
Yeah.
What's the third one?
Palm Deira. But if I'm not mistaken, it's now called Deira Islands.
You are mistaken because they've changed the name.
Oh, they have? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
but you were right? So
damn.
It started as Palm Deira.
Yeah.
Then Deira Islands. Now Dubai Islands.
Amazing. So,
It's the one where they've just opened the beach where you can. It's dog friendly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool. Can I take my cats?
No, no cats allowed. It's only dog friendly.
Okay.
You can't take your fish either, or
Oh, okay.
or
I
any.
can't take my fish for a walk.
Yeah, you can't
That's a
take
real shame.
your python. You can't take your
Oh,
python.
you're just ruining everything for me. I don't want to go to Deer Islands anymore. I want to go to the other one. Instead, Palm Jebel Ali. They're cat friendly, probably. We got to move on from the Palm Jebel Ali because there is now some more Michelin star restaurants. Well, there's actually some that have retained their Michelin star rating. It works from 1 star to 3 stars. And for those of you who don't know, it is the same people that make the tires. It is Michelin still,
Yeah.
but this is their rating system for fine dining restaurants.
This year, just been announced, 3 new restaurants have got Michelin stars for the first time.
Are we going to have a trivia and then guess where they're all located?
Avatara, which is a vegetarian restaurant, as I say, it's got its first Michelin star. Where do you think that is based? I'll give you just a geographical area.
Okay.
Yeah, go on. Where do you reckon?
What is a geographical area?
Well,
is
like,
it
Marina would be a geographical.
Is it in the UAE?
We'll see in this is the Dubai Michelin Guide. No, it's in Birmingham in the UK. No,
Right,
it is in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I say it's in Dubai Marina, am I warm? Or am I ice cold?
Kind of warm, but this area where it is more of a. I'm going to give you a massive clue here.
Okay.
It's more of a road.
What famous roads do we have here? Bypass Road.
The bypass road, yes, that's it. That's it exactly. Sheikh Zayed Road.
Oh,
It's in the.
I was close.
It's the Avatara restaurant, as I say, all vegetarian restaurant. It's in the Voco Hotel, which I personally haven't been to, but it's situated on Sheikh Zayed Road. Right, so that got its first Michelin star. I am referring to my notes, but this is how it goes. Dinner by Heston Blumenthal.
This one is definitely on the Palm.
It is indeed.
I've seen the. When I was there at the. I went for an event with Great Wall. That's where I saw the drones, and I saw Heston Blumenthal's face everywhere.
This is it.
Okay,
right?
good. I'm on.
So yeah, but it is on the Palm. But are you gonna go are you gonna go for the big one? Are you gonna go for exactly where it's situated, or
I will keep my one singular point that I've earned so far out of the 3 questions that have been asked.
Fair enough.
So I will not risk it.
It's the Atlantis the Royal. It's in there, right?
Damn. Easy.
And we've got another one which is called I love the name of this restaurant, Moonrise. Fantastic. As in the moon rising.
Where? Give me a clue.
It's very similar to where Avatara was located or is located.
So it's also on Sheikh Zayed Road?
Basically, yeah.
Okay. So I got 2 out of 4. That's a good result. That's 50%.
Yeah. It's a rooftop restaurant. Some a luxury residential tower, I think, called Eden Tower. Right?
Okay.
So we've got that one. We've got. Then shall we go through the 2 stars? 3 restaurants got 2 stars.
Okay.
2 of those restaurants retained from last year. So you've got Il Ristorante, which is an interesting name, Ristorante. You've got Stay by Yannick Alino. And a new one is called Trescind Studio, right? This has got, it's not a new restaurant, but it's gone from 1 star to 2 stars. This one is where is this one situated?
What was the name of it again?
It's called Trescind Studio, or Tresson. I'm not entirely sure.
Studio City would be too obvious.
Yeah, I wouldn't focus too much on the studio aspect.
What should I focus on then?
High profile locations.
So maybe somewhere like downtown?
High profile locations you might have already mentioned.
So downtown?
Where you saw some drones.
Downtown.
Yes.
Downtown, but you didn't let me finish. Downtown, Palm Jumeirah.
Exactly, yes.
There we go.
Yeah, there
Knew
you
I'd
go.
get it eventually.
It's another one on the Palm. Like basically, where the view is on the Palm, right? Which you can get to, the big kind of tower.
Wait, isn't the whole Palm a view anyway? Like everywhere you go, there's a nice view.
Yeah, this is true.
The Palm
actually.
itself,
this is
greenery.
True. Yeah, it is. Yes, it's aesthetically pleasing all over. But there's the viewing gallery at the tower that kind of comes out of Nakheel Mall. At the top of that tower, there is a restaurant on the east side, which is Tracin's Studio, an Indian restaurant and Indian fine dining restaurant, and that has 2 stars as well. So there you go. Congratulations to those guys.
Yes. So if you're wondering, there are no restaurants that have a 3-star rating as of recording. There might be one, but I think it's a yearly thing when they get
it's
stars.
a yearly thing, so we'll find out next year. The 2-star ones will be hoping to go up to 3-star. I think it's very unusual for a restaurant to open and suddenly within a year be a 3-star restaurant. Right? So usually it's a kind of progression through the star ratings.
Now, our last bit of news here, of course, is the updates that the RTA have introduced to make parking that much easier across the Emirate of Dubai. This is only in Dubai, and they've introduced a new sign. There's about 17,500 of these new signs, and they're scattered all over the Emirate, and it helps you pay for parking for one, and of course, it helps you direct to where the parking is. It also gives you information of the area code, because,
Yes,
of course,
it does.
every parking area will have a separate code. And, of course, it'll tell you the fees of how long you can do it for. So, for example, it'll show you 1 hour. It starts from half an hour. And I think that's usually around 2 dirhams for half an hour. Then it goes up to maybe 4 for an hour, etc., all the way up to 16. Some areas obviously do differ. I'm speaking experience. Where I live, for some reason, it's up to 16 dirhams an hour. There are other areas, up to 4 hours, and there are other areas that 11 dirhams for 4 hours.
Yeah, basically these signs, I mean, it obviously still has the zonal code, and you can still do the SMS, right? I mean, that's part and parcel, but these signs have QR codes, right? So, which gives you can scan the QR codes for different methods of payment, I believe, like through Apple Pay and things like that. So they're rolling them out. I mean, I don't think 17,500 have just magically appeared overnight. So I think it's a progress. Right? It's a process, I should say. But I think have you seen one yet?
I've not seen one, but now when I go home, I'm going to see if I can find one because I've got to park. I'm going to park outside.
Apparently, you should be able to find them because apparently they're lit so you can see them at night. I don't know if the previous signs you couldn't see at night.
No, I would imagine they were quite hard to see actually in some areas.
They're orange, weren't they? The previous ones.
Well, the top bit was orange. These ones are now white, and I think they go underneath.
Right.
So they'll still have the big orange signs at the top that will direct you to where the parking is. And then underneath, they'll have the scannable QR codes and all the information that you need.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So basically, should be easy to view at any time of day or night. And should make payment for your parking wherever you may be an easier and smoother process. I think that's the plan, man. That's the plan.
And it's great they've got the QR code because you can scan one of 4 QR codes. First one is for the RTA website. The other one is for app Click. I think it's for something to do with Apple devices. And then the other one is to go to WhatsApp. And then there's a 4th one at the bottom that will basically show you more information that you need to know about parking in Dubai via the RTA. So a very informative board.
Yeah, totally. And QR codes at the moment taking over, right?
Yep. But thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Water Cooler Edit with MyBayut. Of course, you want to learn any more about the topics that we discussed on this episode, you can, of course, check out the blog, which is Bayut.com /MyBayut. Thank you so much for joining, and now parking is that much easier.
You're listening to the Water Cooler Edit with Chris and Rich.